What is up, guys? It's Jimbo here and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the best GLs in the game right now that has the potential for build crafting, and that is the empty vessel. So let's waste no time and jump into the weapon rolls and all that stuff. So the empty vessel is the new strike specific playlist weapon. I've had this drop quite consistently when I've been using the Vanguard Prosperity, I believe that is, on the Ghost. Make sure you have that on. Gives you a chance at the strike specific weapons, so that's going to be good to help you out there. And this weapon is a breech loaded grenade launcher, very much the same as the new one that we have this season, and also Sub-Zero or Salvage's Salvo. I always call it Sub-Zero Salvo for some reason. I don't know why. But if we have to talk about this weapon, the reason why this has got some massive potential is because it's going to have some potential with Warmind Cell stuff. It's been a while since we've had a GL compared to Martyr's Retribution that was solar, that could also put out some stuff for Warmind Cells. So let's break down the weapon and talk about a couple of different things. First of all, spike grenades and blinding nades are two of the best ones that you can get here. Pretty much like one's for damage and stability, and then one is just to be able to keep enemies at bay. And if you hit like one enemy with them, all the enemies around them get blinded. It's pretty damn good there. But in the first column, there's going to be 3 perks that you can choose from. Now, in my previous video on the ignition code, the reason why I suggest Ambitious Assassin over Slide Shot and other things of that vein is pretty much I don't play on the floor a lot of the time. I am jumping around the arena. I'm always moving. I'm not really sliding around that much. That doesn't take away from the fact that Slide Shot is a very, very good perk for grenade launchers. But for me, I prefer things like Ambitious Assassin or things that allow me to increase my reload speed while I'm in the air and while I'm moving around. So I just wanted to go forward with that clarification. But Feeding Frenzy is up first. Feeding Frenzy increases your reload speed with each rapid kill you get, especially if you get a couple of kills with the grenade launcher. You're going to be able to reload incredibly fast with this, which is fantastic. And I would highly recommend you picking it up on this weapon if you can't get the other 2 perks. Speaking of the other 2 perks, we have Ambitious Assassin. Once again, overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. Once you get that procced, it will instantly keep being procced as long as you are getting a lot of kills. And that is why I enjoy Ambitious Assassin a lot. It's a very, very simple perk. Doesn't need a lot of activation requirements just to get kills, which you're going to be doing anyway. That's why I enjoy it so much. Lastly, we have auto-loading holster, probably one of the best ones on a grenade launcher to see. Holstering the weapon automatically reloads it after a short period of time. This is key for general gameplay with a grenade launcher compared to other grenade launchers in the game that don't have this on. You're going to be using this to, pull it out after you've got a kill with your SMG or something, or you need to finish off a couple of enemies, or just a variety of different things that you may want to do on the weapon. But if we're going to jump into the damage perks or the utility perks on this weapon, first of all, we have Demolitionist. Demolitionist is probably one of the best ability-based perks in the game that allows you to get things. And also, combined with auto-loading holster or Ambitious Assassin, you're going to be able to reload the weapon, also have the ability to get grenade energy back, and also get the weapon to reload from reserves, and then also have auto-loading holster or Ambitious Assassin on it as well. So there's a lot of options that this perk can do. It's very, very versatile, and that's why I like it so much, especially when it comes into build crafting and you want to try and get your grenade energy back a lot quicker. But the best perk that you could go for damage output, well, I say it's the best perk. VORPAL weapon is going to be what a lot of people use this, because a lot of people seem to like using this grenade launcher or grenade launchers on bosses to do extra damage, or especially in the Crucible at the moment with the stasis GL meta that seems to be going on. The reason why I'm not the massive fan of VORPAL weapon is because there's other boss damage weapons in the game. If you're using a GL in your primary slot, or like in your secondary slot, I should say, you're not going to be using it compared to a rocket or lament or potentially anarchy to do boss damage. I would probably anarchy wouldn't be the best one for boss damage combined. Like burst DPS, you're going to be saving that exotic slot for. I personally wouldn't use a VORPAL weapon on bosses. It's just that type of my personal preference, but it's down to you. If you feel like you're going to be in that situation more often and you like using a GL, then use that. I suppose if you have no heavy left, then VORPAL weapon becomes a viable option for you, but it's down to your personal preference. Then the last perk that I have to recommend here, which is another one, which is like a sleeper one, which I didn't mention earlier, is Swashbuckler. This weapon gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. So it stacks up to ×5 when you get kills with it, or you can punch an enemy and get that damage buff straight away, which would be fantastic for the weapon. And that's why I would recommend this as well on top of the other three. So auto-loading VORPAL or auto-loading Demolitionist, auto-loading Swashbuckler, Ambitious Assassin Demolitionist, or Ambitious Assassin VORPAL or Swashbuckler once again, and then Feeding Frenzy with those 3 perks that I have recommended. Those are the ones that I would go for, but once again, I will say this to round out the video, it's all down to your personal preference, the playstyle that you like to go with. I'm not saying that it's bad and this weapon is trash if you don't use the roles that I recommend. It's just down to how you want to use the weapon. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If this has helped you, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. This has been It's Jimbo, and I will see you guys next time.